Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. Last episode we brought power to Medici. There's a couple of other things that I want to bring to Medici to boost its production, and that is going to involve us building a school here. So that's the first thing we're going to do. What we want to do is we're going to go to our community buildings, we want to find the school, and we are going to build it somewhere so that our residents can get the impact from it. Now, we've got a pharmacy here, we've also got a graveyard there as well. Our school doesn't quite fit in those locations. It does cover our residences there. Problem is we've got a lot of swampland here, so it kind of makes it very difficult to put a building in. We can just fit in there, and I think that is going to be in range, so that's good. But the pharmacy, if we can shift that, let's have a quick look. And I just move the pharmacy down a little bit. Will I then be able to put something else in? The pharmacy's got a slightly larger range, I think, than the school. Let's just put the school in where I'm kind of originally planning it for it to be. Then we'll put down our road, gravel path, going up to the school. There we go. So when that's built, we can start educating our citizens. Meanwhile, over here, my plan is to start building another electricity connector. So we're going to bring in a little bit more copper wire, which I think we need. If we just have a quick look, I'm going to slow things down a second. What do I need to build my power lines? I need copper cables. So we need copper cables, we need iron, and we need the scrap. So we're going to exchange goods here. We're going to bring in more scrap. We're going to fill up our scrap there. Do we have iron available? Don't think we do. Doesn't look like it. Let's have a quick look. Where's the iron? We've got copper cables, so that's fine. We'll put in a lot of copper cable, actually. And then let's have a look. Right, we've got copper, iron. We don't have any iron, which is okay for now because our Pathfinder here is going to bring in some goods. We're going to have the Pathfinder grab some coal. We'll have the Pathfinder grab loads of coal. Then they're going to go over here to see our friend Rusty Rolf. We're going to start linking power from Medici all the way over to here. The school is almost constructed. Now, we are going to set educational subjects here. Now, we know we've got swamp farms, we've got fisheries, all of that sort of stuff we want to improve. So if we add ecology, that's going to improve our jetties, our swamp farms, our fisheries, and our tree nursery. They're going to bring in a lot more. We also would like to have a look at boosting that pharmaceutical laboratory. Botanist doesn't do that, but that does improve the level from our foraging hub. Now, our pharmaceutical laboratory is boosted by nothing by the looks of it. Ah, there we go, society. So that'll give us a 25% boost to the work that's going on in the pharmaceutical laboratory. So our jetties, our paper mill, they're going up as well. If we just had the generalist, it would only be a 10% boost. So having society, ecology, and botany seems to be the best thing for us because we're going to bring out more paper. We're going to get better stuff from our tree nurseries and our swamp farms. Our fisheries are going to have a little bit of an improvement, as are our recyclers. This is all kind of a decent spread. So that is then going to allow us, we do need a teacher to work in there. So we do that. And there we go. Right, so currently, if we have a look here, our jetty is now bringing out 151 units of water per minute. Due to the power, due to all of that, our paper mill is able to produce 13 units of paper per minute, and our swamp farms are producing 9 units of reeds per minute. Now, if they have education from generalists, ecology, and botanists, that'll improve again. So we need to wait for these to be trained. We've got botanists, we've got ecology, we've got society. If we have a look again over at the swamp farm, they now have that benefit. So they're now able to produce 9 per minute. It's currently a 0.8% of botanists. We don't have ecology. We do have ecology, don't we? Yes, we've got ecology and botany in there. So as they are trained, getting their education, that will increase even further. So if we have a look over here again, generalists and society, we haven't yet had people trained in that, but the more that goes up, the better it gets. Same with here. generalist and ecology, you'll see that they will very slowly start to even out. Then we're going to head over here where we're able to enter our trade post, and we are going to, what have we got? Oh, I've sent the wrong item to the trade post, haven't I? Oh dear. Right, the pioneer can just sit aside for a bit. We're going to send you over. So we currently need iron. We can build 2 power lines. That might be a good start, but I want to make sure that I've got everything. So we've got iron there, we've got the scrap. We can actually just start pushing things forward there. Now, over in Medici, we are bringing in scrap. We are producing plastic, so that's fine. We do still have a scrapyard here. Now, the reason that scrapyard is here is because it still gives a boost to the recycler, which is nearby. So if we have a look, we've got a depot, a road link, we're supplied with electricity, we have scrap, and there should be a scrapyard in the vicinity that we have that is going to give us a little bit of a boost. But while we wait for the education to come through, nothing else is going to boost that further. Now, we do have a quest here. We want a statue. Build a statue. Okay, we'll do that. So where's the statue? I think it's in decorative. It might well be that we've not yet unlocked that. Oh, there it is. We need 10 units of iron for it. It will fit in there. So we're going to grab some iron now, actually, in our Pathfinder. We're going to dump all of this in, see what we can get in terms of trade. So I do need 10 units of iron tool for something else. I'm also going to grab iron. It doesn't give us a lot, though, does it? Right, we'll put 1 unit of iron back. And we'll bring some tools as well, just to kind of boost that a little bit further. There we go. Do that trade, and then leave the trading post. We're then going to have both of them go back and think of a better item to trade to Rolf, really, because that didn't work out so well for us. We dumped a lot of coal there for very little in return. Looking over at Medici again, let's see how we're looking for the boosts to these. You can see that's now gone up again, 0.4% and 0.8%, because the education is coming in, which is great. We have 11 out of 50 students at the school, and they are all training in a decent spread of stuff there, which is great. So eventually these adults, once they die off and we get more children growing up, we'll have a fully educated settlement. The same is over here. Where's our school in Newtown? So we have a school here that are currently training as engineers, ecology and society, which gives us a boost to things like the charcoal kiln. But they need generalist and economy for that. The vulcanizer, again, generalists and economy. So it could well be that we move to start producing things in economy. We currently have a massive amount of people who are doing very well with ecology, but not so much that way. They do want a big party here, so we're going to throw that big party, get them all happy again. And over here, we need the statue to be built. That is going to require 10 units of iron. I think I've come back with 10, but I'm not completely sure right now. We came back with 9, so we'll put them in anyway. We'll put them in. We're full of scrap tools, so we're going to have these guys just exchange all of that iron back in. That's going to then allow us to upgrade that, which is good. And then we needed 15 units of iron tool to actually finish off building the connector. Now, we've got too many iron tools, so that was a bad move. So we're going to sell those back to Rolf, really. We don't need them. And we could bring in cannabis, actually. So we'll sell a lot of cannabis to him. And then we will have the Pioneer come in with a few other items as well. So the Pioneer, they're going to sell, what can they sell? We'll have them sell rubber gloves. Then we'll head back over to Rolf and see if we can buy the last of those items. So we need a few more iron tools so we can build the connector, and then we can start considering how we're going to get power to our main settlement. Now, getting power to the main settlement is going to increase everything exponentially. It's going to be a massive boost for us. You can see over here again, botany and ecology is going well. If we have a quick look over here at the gas power plant, they are producing electricity. It is being used, though. We have a quick look. They're able to, but then it's taken quite rapidly into the connector. The relay station does have enough power though, so it's not like it's running out of power, which is fine. So they're making 740 units of power per minute. So that's fine. Our settlement here uses 279 units of power. We could build a wind turbine, but I don't think we need to right now. We have them unlocked. We are able to build them. But for now, we might as well use the biogas plant as much as possible. Let's have a look at our research then. So we can research the shelter and the pavilion. I think probably researching the pavilion is going to be a good idea, because then we get further towards our goal of kind of unlocking all of that research. And still, we haven't gone into the new zone yet, which is really important because I want to try and keep things as close to here as I possibly can. We're going to sell all of this stuff to Rolf. We're going to use it to buy some iron tools and some iron. Let's give him some of the iron back and some of the iron tools back. We'll give him them back, and then we'll just start eking away little bits of iron at a time. We'll trade that. That's done. So then we can go back up to our main settlement with the Pathfinder. And then once our Pioneer gets there, we're then going to trade again. We're going to trade out the rubber gloves. And we're going to trade in iron. This should give us quite a bit of iron. Just going to put a few more back and then complete the trade. Then we're going to leave the trading post and head back to the main settlement to stock up and get ready for the next part. So we've got some empty work areas. We know that's from the scrapyard in Newtown is empty. Okay, interesting. Now, there's not much scrap left here. There's one building over there. That's a large distance away though. And I think I did see some here. Yeah, little bit right there. So we can just push that to there and that scrapyard should get stuff done. Right, we're still not connected to the power grid. We still have contaminated resources to deal with, but luckily, I mean, we've only got 11% contamination at this moment in time, so that kind of keeps us stocked up all right for now. We do need to be aware of that though, and that builds our connector. So we can now start carving away through the wasteland with our Pioneer here. Resources are looking good. Over in Medici, you can see we've got 22,500 power, and that is going up. The biogas plant is continuing to produce power, and that will then be taken into this area here. So it's 22.6k now. We could technically build a battery, and the battery just stores power. That's something that we could do at a later date, but I think Medici, in terms of power, it doesn't need anything else. I mean, I could do with like just adjusting some of the power cables a little bit because they are a little bit all over the place. So I could get everything in range. There's probably some that we don't actually need. That might be something that I look at off cam. But we've made it back. We've got our Pioneer here. They're going to take on some iron bars and some more scrap, which would always help. Right, now we can get out into the wasteland and start building our power poles. Right, so we want to build one. We've got a power line that we can build here. And we're going to move straight over to here before we do that. We can build 6. Hopefully, that will be enough to get us where we need to be. So we'll set our game to high speed. And once we get this connected up, having our main settlement connected to the power grid will be huge. You can see the power is increasing quite well in Medici. They're going to be fully stocked up soon enough, and we've now unlocked that pavilion. We're going to go for the shelter next, and then the hospital will follow, I think, and then we can start getting things like the decontaminator. It's a real shame that the game isn't being developed any further, because there's, you know, it's got a lot of potential, and I am kind of preferring it to the original so far. It's certainly easier than the original, but whether that's for you or not is remains to be seen, to be quite honest. Right, we have arrived with the Pioneer. We're going to slow things down again. Then we are going to start building. Now, we need to make sure that we are in range, and we're just in range there. I want to kind of do it like at the very bottom of the range, so we can try and move these quite far across the wasteland. This is going to be a long slog, actually, because I don't know how much of this is going to be possible. This is a massive undertaking, really. If we could have that connector in a better place, maybe there. Maybe we need to move that over to... because I can put it here. So if we can get it closer to that edge... yeah, we're going to do that. We're putting the connector there. So I'll demolish this one. And it should just build over there. I think that's going to be a better place for it. I mean, the costs to build the connector compared with the costs for building, you know, your basic power poles and stuff, there's a huge difference. So I think this is the best thing to do. So we're going to run a road that kind of comes out from here. And then along. Got a reward. Monument to agriculture. Interesting. So this should now be built. We can now build another one. And we'll go further afield on this. Actually out of range of the Pioneer itself. This is in range, but something's stopping it there, so we're going to have to come down a little bit. That's in range. Good. Now I wonder if we move further down to here and get along the edge of this. And then run it all the way along, because we're quite close to our next settlement there. So maybe having another power connector up and running here is going to be a good idea. There, because it's right on the edge of that settlement now. And then we can push further along and start moving towards our main settlement of Newtown. That's now built. And then we can keep going. Round about here, I think we'll be fine. We put it right on the edge there. That brings it into range. And then we continue moving. And if we can get it lined up as best as possible. There. We can really push this. We're now on the edge of Newtown. This is going to need to be a bit different though, because of the stuff that's in the way. Oh, just fits in there, which is great. And Newtown is in sight. So what are we missing now? What do we need? We need more copper cables, which shouldn't be an issue actually. We can just run straight up to here, grab some more copper cables, and then we'll be done. Actually, that's really, really good. So we're about to hook Newtown up with some power. We've got a drought coming in. I think everybody should be okay with that. We should have enough to last out the drought. So copper cables are what we need now. That's rubber, copper cables there. Bring all of these in. We could actually start laying down power lines to connect our next settlement up, because we're doing quite well for that. We'll keep going a little bit. And that hooks us up. Amazing. So we now have power coming into Newtown. We are hooked up. It is receiving electricity. It's not connected to a relay station, so we need to build our relay station now. That should go in there. What's it missing? It's missing iron and transformers. Now, I've got iron here, so we can just drop that off. And transformers, I think we can probably buy from Rolf. So let's trade up here. We're going to, once again, we'll take some gas masks this time. And we'll go see him. And then we'll drop off all of these items. We don't need any of them now. Not yet, anyway. So we've got the iron. We just need the transformers. Right, so we'll drop all of these off. We'll take 50 transformers. Ooh, that's expensive. I might as well bring in a bit more iron as well. And leave, then head back over to Newtown. Perfect. Right, okay, so research. What can we do now? We can do the hospital, so that might be something worth doing. Decontaminator, treatment plant for the swamp, iron smelter, copper smelter. These might be worth doing. We'll do the iron mine next. And that should set us off nicely in our new settlement when we do finally go over to Zone 2. We'll drop all of these off, and then we can build this. Once that's been constructed, we'll be connected to the grid. Got a drought. Let's just check on everyone. They're okay. They should last, I think. How long is the drought? 8 minutes. Okay. Might need to be careful with that settlement. Newtown is going to be fine, though. In fact, what I'm going to do is we're going to go over to our entry point. We're going to put a load of water in the Pathfinder. And then we're going to send the Pathfinder over to Crimson Canyon. Just in case. I think these guys are going to be alright for 8 minutes. Are we now connected? We are connected. They should be receiving electricity, and they are. Right then. So, electricity poles next. Now we can put one here to start us off from the relay station. That's just gone out of range there. That is in range. Oh, apparently it's not. Oh, it is. It is. It's in range. Good. Then we can just about fit one here. That covers all of those buildings. Then another one to here. And then we move down there. And then we're going to go over to here. And to here. Coming further into the town. To there. And there. We're going to keep going through. I've got quite a few buildings that don't technically need power. But we want to try and get power all the way through. And almost there. We're going around the whole settlement now. And I think that's everything now linked up with power. So power is now decreasing there, but it is starting to go up again. And it's kind of in this like state of flux where sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. But we should now have power supplied to everyone. And the drought is done. We've managed to survive that. And water is starting to come back up, which is good. And then, actually then, if that's the case, these guys survived, so we can head back over here. We now have Newtown hooked up with power. Although it doesn't seem to be. Right, what's going on here then? Looks like some of the power isn't connected. I think the connection breaks here. No, it is connected. We're not receiving enough power somehow. Maybe if I put in an extra one there. Does that work now? Yes, right, we're now hooked up. Not quite getting far enough though. For some reason it stops here again. And let's go to here. See if that works. I think this is going to work. There we go. Right, that's hooked up, and we are all completely hooked up with power now. Perfect. Right, okay, so over in Medici, they are now fully stocked on power. Over in the biogas plant, they are producing power quite rapidly, and it's still going down here. So a wind turbine is probably for the best. We put one wind turbine up here. We are able to build it. So that gives us some more power. Once that's done, we're going to finish. Newtown now has power, and we are going to be producing things at a much more efficient rate. And it might be worth going back to our school and making sure that we have a really nice efficiency level in this space as well. I'm looking at my fiber and getting a little bit concerned. Now the wind turbine is producing power. 15. Output is about 150 per minute. And our power is going up and down. It's boosted by the biogas plant, which is great. But the power now should start to even out. We could build another wind turbine, actually. I'm going to build one here now. We'll put that one there, and then we'll build another one, actually, and then demolish this one. There we go. Right, so our wind turbines, we have power hooked up here in Newtown, and we can start thinking about getting it somewhere else. Right, they want a big party. Yes, you can have a big party. And then, next episode, we're going to look at getting our radiation protection. Once that's done, we get our decontamination station set up. That's what I was thinking about, not a... Let's have a quick look over here where our logistics are. It's not the vehicle workshop. It is trades and crafts. It's not that either. It's in community buildings, I think. The decontamination station. Where is it? Where is it? Raw materials, no. But we have the recycling center, which generates scrap in the surrounding area. We are going to build that in Medici, so that Medici can get their scrap production back up and running. Aha, logistics. There it is, the decontamination lab. Now, this produces decontamination kits. And we don't have any here yet. But what we need to be near is the production of iodine and coal. We don't have any iodine here. Got a restored lead mine. And then I don't think we have any iodine anywhere else. There's an old wind turbine there. Then over here, there is an iodine mine there. So we could start producing iodine here and then ship it over to Newtown, where again, we're going to need to boost the population here as well. So if we have a look, we actually need 5 lots of glass and 5 lots of lead. Now, I don't think Rolf has any of those. He's got lead, but he doesn't have glass. How do we make glass then? Well, glass is a trade and craft, and it is there. We need to unlock the glassworks, and it produces glass out of sand, and for that we need a sand mine, which we don't have access to yet. So if we have a look at our sand mine here, you do need a body of water for it, so we can obtain sand. We'll mine the sand in Newtown. We've got radiation coming in. We are going to call it there. So we now have radioactive rain, but we have power here. Means our efficiency is going to be up quite substantially, and things are going to run a lot smoother in this town. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. It was a bit bitty and a bit odd at times, but we have now got a really efficient settlement running here. And I'm looking forward to finally completing that build of the bridge and challenging the raiders. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.